Hello and welcome back to Astral Chain. Last time we left off, we were going to follow the biosignal because our strange drone, who we conveniently met once again in the Astral Plane, needed help from us. So, with our Doggo Legion, let's get to it. Follow the biosignal. Oh. Okay. Like I said, not the best at games. Follow the biosignal. I notice when we ride our Beast Legion, our Doggo Legion, the lifespan of it goes down very quickly. So let's put you back. I guess if we went up the down the elevator last episode, we would have been able to do that normally. Split pillars, fragments of a pillar of astral matter that was split into 3. Use your astral train to drag the parts together. That's very interesting. Okay. So I guess just round them up. So you can only do 2 at a time. Ooh, wait. Let's back up. Sure, however that worked. Okay. I feel like we've learned so much in this game, but there's still so much more to learn. Last episode I said I feel like this is all just still like a prologue of getting to even worse things, but we'll see. Alright, we definitely need to ride the Beast Legion. If I'm right, it's gonna go on the other. Yep. Whew. Wow. Nope. No, no, no. I was so proud that we made it all the way. Huh. Okay. I was so proud of us. We made it so far right there. But, okay. These ones just look like they're going straight. So, Crash Bandicoot skills gotta come in somewhere. And boop. Boop. Red matter. Oh, more red matter. That was a wide turn. We're gonna die for this red matter. Don't care. You know what? We could have just landed on the platform and then sent our Legion out. What are you gonna do? Just gonna mess up a little bit now. That was so perfect. We did it so well. Okay. And one more time. Red matter can't distract me this time. Ha ha ha. Although they knew how to get me. So yeah, let me send out my Legion now to go get the red matter instead. Good job, Legion. I'm a dumb baby. Okay. That looks really pretty. I like this wall. Oh, Arm Legion? Okay, Arm Legion. What are you gonna do to it? Push it? Grab it. Oh. And... yeah. I was like, can we toss it? No. Oh, I guess we're supposed to move it there. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, we're gonna have to move you. Oh, okay, it just moved itself. Great. Magic. We should probably heal. Because we were being stupid. That's something that we can fix. That's probably the way to go, so... let's check this real quick. No, it doesn't fall. I thought maybe it would fall, but... magic. Astral Plane magic. Found rare material code. Okay. And we're running. And we're collecting red matter. And we're opening boxes. Yeah, the end of the file has to be close because our red matter's at like 80. It's over 80% now. Alright, that's definitely the way to go, so I'm not gonna go that way. We're gonna look for secrets. Yeah, red matter cleanup's at 81% now. So yeah, we have to be close to the end game. And by end game, I mean the end of the file. End file. This isn't Avengers. Not yet.
That's odd. The signal was definitely coming from here. There's those shapes again. Whatever they are.
Hello, Jenna.
Human once.
Jenna!
Then they were brought here to be archived. Someday they'll return to Earth to hunt and bring back others to make like them as chimeras.
So this whole place is made of people.
How anthropocentric of you.
That's a
Not
big
only
word.
Humans, but everything on Earth comes here. The Earth isn't being corrupted, or whatever you might call it. It's being brought here, bit by bit. Or should I say, brought back here. Think of this as a storage unit, kept by unknowable masters. Our extinction is merely their reorganization.
I love Jenna.
When you think of it that way, it doesn't seem so bad, does it?
What? It doesn't seem so bad. People are... The whole planet is... It's being destroyed!
It is. So now what will you do about it? This place is vast. Far larger than planet Earth. Infinite. For all intents and purposes.
Oh, Jenna, so
A tide
interesting.
the likes of which you can't imagine swells before you. How long do you think you'll last against it?
But... We have to...
By the way, how is the other twin? Still alive then, I take it. That's too bad. I can still remember when I first heard about you two. Twins, brought into the world right in the middle of the pandemic, as it ravaged Zone 09 20 years ago. Am I mistaken?
You were born during the pandemic?
Oh, those two were quite famous in scientific circles. The devil's children, born from corruption, they said.
Oh boy.
Jesus, that's...
If that brave officer hadn't taken you under his wing, you'd probably still be strapped to a lab table. And yet, yes, you've grown so much. But I haven't changed since that day. I'll give you some parting advice. Your power, it's not the blessing you think it is. Be very careful, especially around that man.
I'm assuming that man is Yosef.
Take a long look at that. Next is up to you.
Man, we love a villain that has all the right reasons to do the
She's
wrong
getting away.
things.
Come on, we gotta stop her! Hello? Okay, look, I know that was a lot to take in, but there'll be plenty of time to think when Jenna's in handcuffs!
Wow, that gave me such like Mass Effect 1 Saren vibes, where, you know, Saren truly believes he's doing the right thing for humanity and for, well, not for humanity because he hates humans, but for at least the rest of the species in the universe. But in the end, he was the one who was being used by the Reapers. And I wonder if it's going to be a similar thing with Jenna, where she seems to have all these right reasons to be doing what she's doing. If she's correct, if the astral plane has been, I assume, here longer than the Earth, and the Earth is only made up because the astral plane allows it to be, and now the astral plane is taking back from the Earth, then yeah, like maybe she's seeking a way to do it with less disruption. I mean, there's a lot of disruption, right, with chimeras and stuff, but yeah, like I know I have to go through there, but I'm just trying to think, like, what would her end goal be? To bring everyone here? That's what it seems like, right? Right, if she's planning to bring everyone here, so maybe it's to find a way to assimilate humans to live in the astral plane, whereas we're fighting against the astral plane. We'll see. For sure, for sure. So, the astral plane has always been there. And we were born... I knew that there was something going on with us, with the way that Brenda spoke about us, but...
persistent, aren't you?
Well, I had to get out
I'd
somehow,
hoped
Jenna.
we could keep it to a friendly chat today. I can't let you catch me just yet.
Jenna, I don't want to catch you. I don't want to fight. No, you could have just walked away. I wouldn't have caught you. I swear. This is unnecessary. This is unnecessary. I was very happy with you leaving. You were waiting for me. Why were you waiting? I hate it. Nope, just let her go. Let her go. We're fine with her leaving. Defeat the enemies. You got it. Oof. Oh, did my Legion? Damn. I didn't even realize my Legion got beat up already. Okay. Ooh, look at us. Alright, we have to bring the Legion back. Okay. Just gonna evade hardcore for now. Let's bring out you. Damn, they evaded that. Switch to our big weapon. Wow, they really beat him up. Okay, so let's see what the Beast Legion can do against these guys, actually. Oh, very good. Wow, okay. They took care of him really quickly. A good doggo! But go back. I am the sync master now. Watch me not get any of my next like 3 syncs. Haha, I lied. Alright, one thing I know that we can do with the Sword Legion at least is we... Damn. Need to medicine. Let's take care of this guy, because he's like dunzo. Alright. So now we're down to 1. Okay. So if we can wrap you up, I know we gotta sync. Oh, oh, we missed one at the end. Wait, let's do it again. Like a volleyball. That was very good. Damn. Okay, much easier to deal with just one of them than two of them. I feel like we did really good there. Learning. Look at us. I'm never gonna guess what kind of rank I'm gonna get. I'll take the A. Yeah, I'll take the A. I felt like that was an S worthy, but I'll go with the A.
Ah, there you are. I've been trying to get a hold of you. How are things going down there?
Mind blown.
Oh,
Sorry.
The civilians who got trapped in the subway are all right. Jenna got away before we could catch her, but...
Hey, wait, is that a drone? Hey, who is this? What are you doing on this channel?
I've been wondering
Oh,
this.
I'm just a friend.
Wait a minute. No civilian should be able to access this channel, and I think I know that stutter. You're from the technical division. Hal, right?
Oh, okay. A good guy.
Hal who? I'm
Hopefully.
just an innocent bystander.
Okay, now I know it's you. The ace programmer of the technical division, who never actually comes into the office. You know, for someone who stays inside all the time, you sure do manage to get in a lot of trouble. Okay, this may be the first you've heard of him, but Hal's one of us. He's a programmer in Neuron's technical division. Neuron snatched him up from high-tech forensics because he can code circles around everyone else. But, meat space isn't really his scene. Most people don't even know he exists. And everyone who does thinks he's a weirdo.
Oh, sad.
It's nice that you two have made friends. Well, nice for him, at least.
Oh, so
I
rude.
can still hear you, you know.
Aha, so you admit it's you then, Hal?
What? No, Ugh.
I'm just teasing you, Hal. Okay, Alicia's on her way back now. I'll get the details from her. Come on home, but be careful around Hal. His geekiness might be contagious. And Hal, you should come by the station more often too. Maybe even in person sometime. See you.
Star-crossed lovers.
Man, tough crowd. That was, the one with the pink hair, right? She seems interesting.
I have pink hair.
I guess I better head on back too. Hey, let me see that data card for a sec.
Yeah, I guess now. Oh, wait, no, that's the thing Jenna gave me.
Okay, I've copied over all the data. Here's your card back. I'm thinking we should keep this whole data card business on the down low. I mean, sure, Jenna is crazy, but I can't stop thinking about what she said. Be very careful around that man. Maybe there's something on this card that'll tell us why. I'll take a look and fill you in on the juicy bits later.
I mean, Yosef is definitely not doing the best of things, right? Even when we started this game, he just looked like a very not nice person. Damn. We missed 3 red cases? What was our first red case? The Chimera takedown? I don't even remember when that was. What were these cases? I truly don't remember them at all. I'm gonna have to go back and watch my videos. But that was a Beast Legion, so then this had to be Subway thing. This had to be Finding Alicia, maybe. No, this had to be Finding Alicia. Oh, Ground Zero was... You know, I don't know. I don't know why I'm gonna try to make sense of it. But wonder where those red cases were. Next. I was thinking that too to myself. I was like, there's 3 red cases missing. We can't be at the end, but we missed them. So your health and duty rewards have increased. Yeah. Your iris has been upgraded to display weight. I'm gonna feel bad now knowing everyone's weight. Be twinsies with Marie with these slightly retro specs. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. Marie's glasses. Thanks. That's all I ever really wanted besides the red matter. I'd say we did pretty good minus missing 3 red cases. I have no clue how the hell we did that. Continue. You've unlocked PT Ultimate playstyle for File 5. I'm gonna have to replay that myself. I just need to know. You've turned in your temporary field supply items. What is this? Staying informed. Arc historical records. Public affairs records. Lappy's Christmas Eve. Wait a minute. What do you know? It's Christmas Eve, but chimeras don't celebrate Christmas. So Neuron can't take the night off to soak in the holiday season either. And old Lappy's right here with you. Why, I can't think of a better way to spend the holidays than hunkering down here in the office with all of you. There's no present nicer than a job well done, right? Right? But it is Christmas after all, so I made cookies. I know last year's weren't exactly the tastiest. Who could forget Joey's hilarious impression of a guy vomiting? Oh, poor Marie. But I've been working my recipe and I think this batch is perfect. I can't wait until you're all back so I can spread some Christmas cheer. And don't you worry if you didn't get Lappy anything. Your smiling face is the only present I need. Even yours, Joey. Sincerely yours, Lappy. It's adorable. Okay, so I'll go through these. If I find them interesting. If I think that you guys will find them interesting, I'll just include them. You know what? Yeah, we'll just include them for now. Activity report, civilian seminar, Arc Police Headquarters, December 25th, so this is on Christmas. How you can avoid Redshift summary. Unfortunately, not many people attended. Maybe it was the date. Yeah. Let's say it was an intimate conversational environment. The usual crowd of old folks showed up to share some of their hard-earned wisdom. So all in all, I'd call the seminar a success. I went over how to tell whether an area is dangerously corrupted or not, and what to do if you think you're starting to redshift, and most of the audience listened. No, Lappy was not present for this lecture. In other news, I can't help but notice that nobody ate any of Lappy's Christmas cookies last night. Oh, is this Marie? He told me he got so tired following you all around the office with a plate full of cookies that he just plain overheated. It's a lot of running around for a dog like Lappy to do in the middle of summer. Lappy asked me to thank Captain Max, the one kind soul with enough Christmas spirit to stop for a cookie. Lappy went ahead and let him have everyone else's too. If he missed out, well, maybe next year. I thought I'd ask him how they tasted, but he doesn't seem to be here today. He must have one of those Christmas summer colds going around the Ark. Marie is so pure. This poor girl, this poor woman. But don't worry, Lappy's already whipped up some more sweets for him since he liked the last one so much. So I guess a blue case is checking all these files. What are we checking these for, though? Is this report really necessary? More practice with the big puppet today. Hooray! Maximilian Howard. It's been half a year and I still can't get the damn thing to obey orders. With the legions. The commander says psychological resonance or some such nonsense is necessary. And that's why we've got to be chained to it. No idea what it even wants, though. I should give up. I have more luck getting my kids to do what I say than this thing. Maybe I should start thinking of the thing as an ordinary kid or something. Can it be any less effective than what I'm doing now? I'll give that a shot tomorrow. So these are probably Max's records. So let's read these in the order that I guess we should read them, or the way that the game at least described them to us. February 2043. What year was this? 2077. So this must be around that pandemic they mentioned. Earth found itself faced with disaster brought about by a meteor impact that opened the gates to the astral plane. Matter the likes of which Earth has never seen leaks through the gates as a toxic miasma, twisting everything it touches, eventually beyond recognition. We have come to call this process redshift. At the current rate, redshift poses a very significant threat to our species. Not a word of this came as a surprise to me, and yet I had thus far been powerless to stop it. I must confess my judgment at the time was clouded. The prophets, is this from Jenna? Those who find the future written in the past. They sought me out for my research. After all, we share an interest in human evolutionary potential. This is definitely Jenna. They had much to tell me about the true history of our species. They say that humankind flourishes now like it has twice before. The previous 2 times it met with utter ruin. Weighed in the balance and found wanting. The gates present a third such test. Now that I took these prophets at their literal word, not at first. After all, their means are not scientific. However, even I cannot deny that they all foretold came to pass. I pledged to them, to my species, that I would do all in my power to stop this extinction, to save humankind. And they told me, build an ark. At their guidance, I gathered a considerable staff and constructed a new home, where humankind found refuge from what might have been our doom. It has been an arduous undertaking far beyond even myself, but luckily, I now have allies that I can trust to the grave. Now is the time for us to create our future together. Ooh, is this Yosef or is this Jenna? It's Yosef. Except from Dr. Yosef Calvert's collected notes. Per aspera ad arcum. This is definitely what Jenna gave us, which is why we definitely are reading through it. How interesting. So this was in 2043. Also, same year in July. Mega Float Arc operational in the early morning hours of Thursday. Construction on the artificial island known as the Ark was finally completed. The Ark represents the combined efforts of all nations to protect humanity from the threat. Sorry, I had a burp in my throat. From the threat of corruption from the gates. Representatives of the interim union world, governments say they hope to begin welcoming residents as soon as possible. As of this writing, the Ark is moored offshore near Chile. Selected residents, having cleared checks for data corruption, boarded Union patrol boats to make the first step towards their new homes this morning. The Ark will cease accepting new residents at 3 p.m. and prepare for the voyage to its permanent location, far out into the Pacific Ocean, where experts say corruption will never reach. They're probably wrong. The Union will resume accepting new residents once the Ark is in position, according to one Union official. He added that interested citizens should refer to Union notices for further information. It's July of 2043. Gates to a new scientific renaissance. Easy though it is to assume that the gates bring nothing but disaster to our planet, such an assumption disregards the tremendous technological advancements they've made possible. One of these advancements is the X-Baton, a portable weapon of unparalleled flexibility, now staring at issue for our police force. Thorough research into the gates has led to whole new fields of scientific study, particularly the exciting field of astral dynamics. We've been able to harness some of the astral spark, the energy given off by the gates, and turn it towards human ends. The X-Baton itself is one such end. Powered as it is by the astral spark, the X-Baton can affect the gates in ways conventional weapons can't. With enough force, it can even be used to destroy gates, closing them for good. Our police carry considerable extra-dimensional power in the palms of their hands. This is but one of the ways that we have learned to turn the power of the gates themselves to our own advantage. Dr. Yosef. This is so funny because in the beginning of the game I was just like, what does this baton do? Why do I have a baton? Now I know why. Arc redshift medication. The Union government began distributing new anti-redshift medications to citizens of the Ark on March 1st, 2058. Okay, so this is like 14 years later. This comes as a response to an uptick in markedly severe cases of redshift, believed to be caused by greater concentrations of corruption in the environment following recent gate appearances. The medicine, developed by a team of specialists at the Aegis Research Institute, which we were just at, may reduce the effects of exposure to gate miasma by up to 80% with one weekly dose. However, the ARI warns that they cannot guarantee similar effectiveness in cases of direct contact with aberrations. Makes sense. Arc Zone 9 residual corruption. ARI counter-corruption department head. Wow, this jumped 20 years. Goals of the examination: to determine the level of data corruption still present in Zone 9, which is where we were born, according to Jenna, 20 years after the pandemic. So we were born in 2058. So 20 years after the pandemic and the feasibility of lifting quarantine. Examination period: equipment used, integrated reality imaging system, the IRIS. Staff: examination leader. So there are 4 people. Results of the examination: 63 locations within 500 square meters of Zone 9 were flagged to indicate high amounts of corruption. These locations present a particularly high risk of dimensional instability. An examination staff visually confirmed the presence of several gates. The chance of chimeric invasion in these locations is 5 times higher than that in Grand Avenue, one of the areas outside of the exclusion zone most susceptible to chimeric attack. A previous inspection conducted 10 years prior found 49 such areas. How many did it say there was now? 63. So it went from 49 to 63. The results of this inspection suggest that the level of corruption within Zone 9 is indeed increasing over time. It is unknown whether the deposits of red matter found within Zone 9 have remained there since the pandemic, or whether there are new deposits. Tests on samples have thus been inconclusive. These results suggest that Zone 9 is in no way ready for the quarantine to be lifted. This is really hitting home right now. Really hitting home. We suggest continuing to observe the conditions in the zone remotely while working towards an effective decontamination solution. So this is where we were born during this pandemic, and I guess the pandemic would have been, I'm assuming, that it was just like all of these Astral Plane locations opening up, like different redshift gates opening up, and just infecting the entire zone, right? And just laying chimeras out and taking people back to the Astral Plane, which, according to Jenna, is where they belong, where they all go. Huh. People on the rooftops. Have you heard rumors of the people called the Uppers? Supposedly, they make their homes in illegal squats on the tops of buildings in Quarantine Zone 9. Whether it's true or just a figment of popular imagination, who can say? Not even the police are allowed to make routine rounds in the zone, which is put under quarantine by the Union government after the pandemic. The question must be asked, who would willfully gather and live in an area known for dangerous levels of corruption? Who are these Uppers? The Union holds that any living person found in the quarantine zone is a trespass from outside the zone, a potential danger to public safety. But some rumors suggest that the Uppers are actually survivors, or descendants of survivors of the pandemic, left to rebuild after the Union walled off the zone. That's what I was just thinking. That's technically who I think we are then, right? But we were brought in by our dad. Supposing that were true, though, that means the Union may have left uncorrupted survivors behind to fend for themselves against the dangers of the pandemic. Yeah, I could totally see that. I mean, that makes sense. It's like a Chernobyl thing almost, right? Where everyone had to evacuate, and if you didn't, you were on your own. Could it be true? One thing's for sure. When it comes to the Uppers, there's no shortage of questions and very few answers. The quarantine, the cases for and against. Arc Zone 9 was once a populous residential district, an easy place to live, with both work and leisure near at hand. It remained that way for 15 years, when the Arc's worst nightmare came true. Uncountable numbers of civilians in Zone 9 redshifted in a very short time in what came to be called the pandemic, still the largest disaster in the history of the Arc. The Arc's designers were prepared for this possibility and had a system in place to prevent heavy corruption from spreading from zone to zone. Zone 9 was swiftly sealed off from the surrounding areas with heavy quarantine walls. Luckily, the Zone 9 pandemic is the only time the Union has found it necessary to use these walls. Thanks to these walls, zones that neighbor Zone 9 showed no significantly higher levels of corruption than zones farther away. In that regard, the walls are a vital part of public safety on the Arc. But on the other hand, independent sources suggest that survivors of the pandemic may remain alive in Zone 9, redshift free, but sealed off from the outside Arc by the very same walls. If they're in there, the Union does not acknowledge them and will not open the wall. If these rumors are true, they implicate the Union government in a wide-scale cover-up. Yeah. One hopes to believe that in erecting the walls around Zone 9, the Union exercised their better judgment for the good of the Ark. All on the Ark are subject to their rule. Let us hope it is a benevolent and honest rule. Yeah, that makes sense. Watch out for hackers. A notice from the Ark Police reports that damages caused by a hacker group calling themselves the Hermits are increasing throughout the Ark. We and the Ark Police vow to expand our investigations into hacker activities. Until the individuals responsible are brought to justice, we ask that all citizens take great care in their use of all electronic devices and computer networks. Be sure to change your personal passwords often, especially those tied to banking services. Be warned, the Hermits are prepared to use any manner of trickery to acquire your personal information. A skilled hacker can steal your password and commandeer your information in a matter of seconds. Signs you may be under hacker attack. Okay. You receive receipts from delivery orders. Find records of bank withdrawals, credit card, cash chip histories. Find your cash chip suddenly unusable. If you have evidence that could be useful in investigations against the Hermits, contact the Ark Police at Redacted right away. Please do not attempt to contact the police via electronic mail, because the Hermits may be reading it right now. And we're missing one. And I assume these are all our dads. Disposal of one humanoid chimera and 4 civilian aberrations in Grand Avenue, Zone 36. Max Howard, Jin Wan, Alicia Lopez. Paperwork is properly filed and authorization granted prior to the disposal of aberrations. Captain Howard handled the disposal of all targets. Due to a malfunction in Captain Howard's log apparatus during action, no direct log remains. However, we were able to requisition footage from surrounding security cameras. This footage is submitted in lieu of a formal log. We were unable to confirm a dramatic increase in corruption in the area and thus withdrew, leaving decontamination to the cleanup crew. Beyond the 4 aberrations, no civilian injuries are recorded. Captain Howard was lightly injured in the conflict, but no more than he usually is. Notes: we could really use more officers capable of responding to incidents like this one. I'm aware that the issue is one of control, namely our inability to control the legions beyond stopping them from going berserk. I'm also aware that even that is a fairly recent development. Officer 1 has made more progress than the rest of us in accurately guiding his legion. Maybe I should pay more attention to the captain's training too. If nothing else, I'll try to stay out of the way and make nothing worse. Not make anything worse. Oh, Alicia. There's one that goes all the way back to 2058, which is probably Max finding us. 2078. This is probably Jin, or the 2 Hermits gang members in the act of vandalizing ATM. Alicia Lopez, Billy Williams. Never mind, not Jin. It's Alicia. 2 conventional police officers were injured by suspects before Neuron arrived. One officer suffered a fracture of right tibia. The other received several surface wounds and expects to recover in 1 week. And then, pursuit and arrest of 1 Hermit gang. Alicia. I performed the arrest following search support from police helicopters. With consideration to the surrounding area, I tailed the suspect to Zone 21. A stop with electromagnetic disruptor rounds. Sounds erratic driving during the attempted getaway caused multiple accidents across several zones, but luckily no civilians were injured. Transferred to outside jurisdiction. Missing property investigation, no chimeric activity could be confirmed, so I handed the case over to Zone 36 Precinct. Though most previous reports of Hermit activity only involved computer-related crimes, recently we've had more and more reports of their involvement in direct and even violent criminal activity. The changes cause for concern. Conventional police are completely unable to keep up with the Hermits, and they give even us Neuron trouble. We should investigate the source of their newfound strength before they get any bolder. May even warrant an investigation into their supposed base of operations in Zone 9. Interesting. I mean, if I were left by the government, I too would probably be acting out, you know? I would feel betrayed, for sure. Assuming that that's what happened, but let's be real. That's probably what happened. 3 more to go through. Enter your password. Shit. I don't know. 4756? I don't know. These are passwords about that. Damn, we were so close. I was like, yes, we're gonna learn about our backstory and password? I don't have a password. I don't know. Damn. Sorry, that was so much reading. But I feel like it lays really good just background for everything that's going on, especially with our characters and with Alicia and Jin and Max and Yosef, even the start of the arc, the pandemic. Just need to find out that password to this day, February 12th, 2058, or December 2nd, right? Yeah, because that's how we're supposed to read it. December 2nd, 2058. That's definitely when our brother and I, Akira and I, were born. Or not born, but when Max at least found us, probably. Oh, I'm so intrigued. I want to keep playing. That was a lot of reading for everyone. Really sorry about that. But I guess it'd be like that sometimes, right? I felt like all that was so important to this game. Normally I would skip over a part like that when recording, but I mean, they just added so much lore, so much background through written text, and I felt like I couldn't leave that out for you guys, so sorry it was just us reading for a bit, but I hope you enjoy, for those of you who are enjoying watching. File 6, Complicit.
Hey, is now a good time?
Yeah.
Come find me on the roof. I need to talk to you.
Now's a great time, Hal. But an even better time will be next week. So we're going to end it here. Like I said, I do apologize that the second half of this episode was just us reading through archives, but I found them so interesting, and I hope you guys find them interesting as well, because it just lays out so much more groundwork for this game, so much more lore for this game, and just learning about how certain characters got to where they were, their mindsets, and how the world got to where it was as well, and especially about this Zone 9, which seems like it's going to be a really pivotal point of the game. And also just finding out the passcode to those archives, right? To find out more about ourselves. File 6 means that this is the halfway point of the game, because I think there's only 12 files. So we're gonna find out. Are we gonna get the Axe Legion in File 6? Where we meet Lappy one more time in File 6? I hope so. But truly, I mean, we kicked some Chimera butt. Jenna blew our minds, and then those archives blew our minds a little bit too. This is so interesting. Truly, truly, truly. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. If you are, please do like and subscribe to the channel. There are also a ton of amazing other videos, Let's Plays, technical videos, whatever you may want to find on here. We have them. So I hope you do search through those and enjoy. And as always, I will see you all next time. Take care now. Bye.